All right. I think we're live. Welcome back, everyone. I know it's been quite some time since I've streamed on this channel. Actually think the last time we streamed was during the Black Friday announcement of the Enterprise D Lego set, and how fitting that now the next time I stream is going to be some major modifications for the Enterprise D on something that I really want to show at MOCfest. So basically, I just wanted to spend today um, just kicking off a new series and just going to document finishing this mock, and we're going to go from there. Just going to wait for some people to get here. I think we have some people in the chat because I think I'm on Instagram and YouTube. I just bring out my phone here just to watch chat, just in case. But yeah, let me see if I can get Instagram. Yeah, so I think Instagram's going to be going now too. So cool. But yeah, I'm just going to start working. If you guys want to talk about anything, or if you know me and want to join the live stream, just let me know. But I'm just going to get to doing some designing in studio. I started with someone else's digital model and basically adding what I can to make it my own, because they started with the original Lego set. But let me see if I can get a. I don't need the video at the moment, so I'm just going to bring up one of my reference photos here, and I'll show you guys what I have done so far. Just back in studio. So probably one of the biggest differences in the alternate future Enterprise D is the third nacelle. That is what I'm currently working on. Hopefully we'll finish tonight. But the first thing I did for this model was updated the deflector dish, because I did not like the print that Lego did for this huge print. It just looks really weird, and I think the ship loses a lot of its characteristics when you ignore these concentric ovals of kind of like dark orange and blue. So I did a brick-built version of that and tried to make it as oval shape as possible, while sticking with the design, basically the feel that the original Lego designers had. And my next modification was doing this big phaser cannon that's attached to the underside of the saucer. Essentially, I had to remove the captain's yacht completely. These two tiles were centered, so I moved them out, and then I was just be able to build this big phaser cannon below it. I think I was trying to go for like bright light orange, but I don't think all the pieces were available in that color, so I just went with a pearl gold because I wanted to do some color matching on the top of the ship, which is the next section that I worked on. Not sure what we want to call these, but I'm assuming there's some kind of a high-speed phaser cannon as well. So I just used pearl gold here as well, and also I think these ingots I left at bright light orange. I don't know if they come in pearl gold. Let me see. I'm pretty sure they do. Check the color validator. Yeah, so I'll just make that pearl gold as well, just so we have consistency. Don't know exactly what this module is behind the bridge, just something they built up, so I tried to replicate that the best I can. From the actual show, it's kind of hard to get a lot of the close details, because it's first of all, it's mid-90s television, so it's 480p, and a lot of the close-ups only lasted a few sections on screen. So a lot of this has been taking inspiration from like toys and other models that have been built over the years, and there's surprisingly a lot of differences between different toy models that have been made for whatever reason, for colors or actual details. So this is probably going to be an amalgamation of a bunch of different sources, but I kind of want to do something that's my own while obviously being identified as uh, part of the Galaxy X Dreadnought, and at the same time, uh, I do not want to tile everything off. I want to keep the same aesthetic that the original Lego design has as well. So hopefully tonight, what I'm hoping to get done is the this support structure for the third nacelle. Uh, I just don't want to build it up just with gray bricks. I want to add some greebling while matching the aesthetics of the rest of the ship. And I also want to be mindful of how I attach this, because essentially how I have it right now, if this is just sitting on a too wide stud platform, this nacelle is probably going to fall off pretty easily. What I want to do is get some 2x4 Technic bricks in here, indoor plates, and just send an axle rod up the center of this support, and also go down towards here about this far, probably about 3 or 4 plates deep from where I'm at right now, because that's all the further I can go. Because if you have built the official Lego model, you will know that this ship splits in half, and I can't really keep building with studs up, because it's actually studs on its side. And yeah, we're just going to go for the best structure. I think after we complete this nacelle work, we do have some fins on the existing nacelles that we can add, and I think I found a pretty good attachment point that I want to use for those. And then lastly, I think there's one piece of greebling I saw in a side shot that I want to add here to the neck of the ship. And then the last thing we need to add is like a bigger impulse engine. I've already removed what came in the set already here, so we're just going to build a bigger module that hopefully just snaps in right here without too much having to tear apart what's already been designed in the official set. And yeah, I'd really like to get this done for Brick Slopes at the end of August. So my goal is to have all design work finished by the end of June, so I can place a parts order by July 1st, and then we can do some test building and any reworks we have to do before the show. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to try and put a little bit of music on. Let's see what we got. I don't know, how does ambient sound? There we go. All right. See if I can find a reference picture I want to go through. Actually, before I get started on the engines, I kind of want to revisit this top, because this is actually a different model that I've been looking at, and you can see what I have designed with those pearl gold ingots on the front. It's not entirely accurate, so I want to build those out a little bit, and then I also want to put a dark gray stripe here in the center, just to give it some more character. So let's focus on that. I might have to go back and look, because once again, this is looking at a bunch of different toy models, and closer. I guess we can move this up closer to the bridge too, so that might be part of the issue I'm having. Oops. I just realized I need to minimize this. There we go. You guys weren't even seeing what I was doing. Just trying to think how I'm going to get that extrusion. Okay. What about a panel piece? Is that going to be too much? I think I'm just gonna get rid of that plate. I think I just want to make those black. Oh, so now we're gonna start colliding with the actual bridge. So probably don't want to put those brackets on the inside. Let's go ahead and just put those in. Oh, did I delete both of those? Yeah, it's just delete both of them. They're not going to look that great. Let's take a step back and see why does this look like the way. I think I just want to get rid of those curved slopes because I think it's going to look a lot better if I just do those step functions. And that's going to give me a little bit more horizontal play at the top here. So let's just get rid of them. And I only did 1x1 tiles here just to give it some more texture. Might not end up doing that, but we'll see what happens. This were 1x8, so let's just do 1x4 plates. I'm going to just keep going back and forth between the reference and the actual build. Let's see. Might look better if I actually put those curved slopes on this side maybe, but I don't know if we're going to have enough room to fit everything in. Let's try it. Let's do an up bracket instead. Yeah. Oh, I get those in gray as well. Okay. Just checking for collisions. I think I want to throw these back in. I don't know. I just like using ingots whenever I can. I might overuse them. But I think that gives us a lot more depth than we had before. Yeah, I think I'm much more happy with that. Adds a little bit more curves to it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let me change up our reference photo. So I think what I'm just going to do here is we see this center portion is raised and a little bit higher. So I think that's all I'm going to do for that. Okay, I can live with that. And that just attaches onto top of the existing shuttle bay. So perfect. Okay, I think I'm gonna hide this nacelle or just both of the existing Excels just so I have a better area to work with here. Oh, and we have Sony Bean in the chat, and yes, it is. It is a Star Trek MOC. Sorry, I didn't see your chat right away. I thought I could do everything on my laptop, but then I was like, I really need a second screen to see and how the stream is performing. But yeah, um, basically going to fill in this section here from my reference photos. So let me find a good one. But yeah, it's just doing all these crazy modifications to the official Lego set that came out last Black Friday. So something I really see here, and I'm not too sure how much I want to delineate from it, but you can see there's like a line here that seems to be more functional, and then below it there's just a lot of black windows. I'm not going to be too concerned about it because, as with the official Lego set, there's the only place there are black windows on here are on the edge of the saucer here, and they put it nowhere else. So I'm not really going to include it here when really there should be windows almost all over all of this. So I think before I get any further, I want to look and see what Technic bricks or plates we have available in light bluish gray, because that's going to determine a lot. So here's that plate. I was thinking about sending an axle through. I was pretty sure there's a 2x4 Technic brick. There we go. Does that come in light bluish gray? No, it does not. I can't really hide it because I'm only 2 studs wide here. So, let's see if we have any Technic axle plates. Why wouldn't that come in light bluish gray? Just type Technic brick and see what we have. There are these. That would give some interesting texture if I do use those, but correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, because I think it only comes in dark bluish gray. Yeah. So we're not going to use that. Black windows by using a Sharpie. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's a great idea. Or if I use Expo marker, I can just rub it off for the next one. Man, I wish this came in light bluish gray. We might have to get a little bit more clever and do something. Oh, actually, I think I know a good. The 2x2 round plate has an axle hole in it, as well as the brick. We might be able to get some interesting textures by using those, but let me see if we have something a little bit more These are a good option too if it comes in a light bluish gray. And I'll definitely be able to hide these. So let's hope that these come in light bluish gray. Yes. Okay, that does not come in light bluish gray. Go. There we go. Yeah, all these are going to be good options. I think I'm going to end up using this, and then we can just hide the pin in the regular 1x2 Technical brick on the side. So we're just going to grab this, connect. There we go. Okay. So now that we know we're going to use that, let's see what length of axles we have. I'm going to go to Technic linker. This one's 4L. I think we should go all the way to like 6L. That's 5. There you go. I don't care what color these are in. We'll just go with the cheapest. We'll just do red. So since it's 6L, we should need at least 6 bricks to cover it up. Perfect. And then copy this. I don't really care how far they're spaced apart, but let's go ahead and try and slide one of these in. Actually, I want to start deleting these plates that I were using just for filler. So I want to go as deep as I can in here. So I did see Amazon Prime Day started, but Lego.com or Lego stores have already started their 2x VIP points. So I'm just curious if anyone in the chat got anything from Lego.com 2x points. I just purchased Rivendell, so that should be actually it arrived today. So at some point, I'm going to be building Rivendell. So I don't think I'm going to use all of these bricks at some point. I'm probably going to delete these right here, and I'm going to use one of these probably we'll see what it looks like. I don't know. Oh, okay. And I also bought Minas Tirith earlier this month for the GWP. So definitely spent a lot on Lord of the Rings this month. I was thinking about, should I just return Minas Tirith and order it again to get double points? I don't know. That seems a little sneaky, but it's like, would it be nice to have double points on both of those? I'm gonna check my Instagram stream to see if anyone's in there. There you go. Let me see the 2x2 round plate. I'm pretty sure it comes in gray. I think I see one in the corner. So if I did remove this, I don't think I want to do that though, because my thinking is I wanted to do something like this, put like a 2x6 plate in, but that's not going to work with the yeah, that's because I was just trying to build structural strength along the center line of the ship going forward as well as side to side. But I think we're just going to have to live with this structure right here. So let's see. So you can build this whole thing as a unit, so I don't mind just having that sit by the tile. But let's see if I can get this to snap into place. Okay. Yeah, if you're wondering why the ship's at like a funny angle, it's because the model I used from someone, they already built it and put it on a stand, so it's making all my additions having to be built at a silly angle. Give me 1 second. I'm going to change up this music. I do not like it. So I'm actually using a new broadcasting. I used to use StreamYard, and their prices started to get pretty ridiculous. And so I'm using Restream now, and it has like a built-in music option, but unfortunately, like it's all AI music, and I don't think it's that great. I wish there was just some generic music, not music that a person actually spent time making, because some of that was just getting hard to listen to. So So I actually don't even feel good about using that music in this stream, but I'm going to try and find a different source for next time. I just didn't want you guys to hear nothing most of the time if I forget to stop talking, because I get too focused on designing. Oh, you don't hear any music? Oh, I'm hearing it on my end. Uh, Man, I don't know how it works then. Well, if you're not hearing anything, I'm going to stop so I don't have to hear it. Uh, Maybe I have to like drag it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have headphones in and it's just meant to play over the speakers and broadcast. If that's the case, that's going to be even worse. So okay. So I came back here because I wanted to look at this reference photo again. I want to get a little bit closer. So I kind of want to figure out how high do I want to go before I start building this diagonal part. And I'm going to put it... It's kind of almost where I almost have it. I think we can just live with that. If I just start building this out and tiling it up, I think we'll do that. So let me start cleaning up some of... So what I think I'll do, because I have a feeling this is going to be very strong going upwards, but I feel like I'm going to be able to still snap this entire thing off. So I think I'm going to continue using this technique of using this axle and just build strength this way as well. That should work, right? You know? Let me go ahead and... Oh, I'm going to go back and hide stuff again. Oop, I hid the whole ship. Yes. So I bought a total of 4 of the Enterprises. One I plan to keep exactly the way Lego designed it. The second one, I'm going to do the deflector dish upgrade only. And then this third one, I'm going to do all these modifications from the alternate future episode. And that's going to leave me a fourth one with missing 1 warp engine to sell. And I think what I'm going to do that is harvest that one for parts, except for the saucer section, because at the end of the one movie, only the saucer section survives and it crashes on a planet. So it'd be nice to build like a nice little crash site on a in the forest, and that's how I'm going to end up using all the parts for all four that I purchased. And then I think I want to buy at least one more and just make a different class of ship altogether. Let's see, where did I put those plates? Do, do, do. So many studs that we got going from there. So 4 studs, 5 studs in total. We need to traverse. So then we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I think if I go to this model, I'm going to delete this piece and just make it a plate. Oh no, I can't. Can I? Because that was originally there because it was the top of the model. And you can see the next one's a tile there because we just have this sitting on top. But I really need these studs. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to come back here, grab a 2x2 plate. And this is me just guessing that this thing's going to be actually structurally sound. Because there's only so much you can do building digitally like this. I know there's like there's a button up here for stability. I've never gotten the work or at least give me anything useful. So I just try to imagine if I'm holding these pieces, what's it gonna be like? So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do a 2x6 plate. Oh, I can do a 2x6 there as well. What am I doing? Hey. So let's revisit this axle idea. Let me go 2x2. Nope, we're not going to do Technic. We're just going to do modified brick, and let's get one of those bricks that has axles going in both directions. Let's see, is that in light bluish gray? Yes. Okay, I'm going to replace this one here. It's one that goes in 2 directions. It has an axle, no, yeah, so that should fit. Why aren't you snapping in? There we go. Perfect. And I just want to build some more strength this way. 2x2 plate. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to pull a double axle. Oops. Yep, thank you for letting me know I need to switch back. Ugh. Look at all this progress I made. uh, okay. Got 2x3 plates. Oh, 2x3 is going to interfere. Okay. Let's go back to that picture that you guys all have been looking at. See if I get a top-down view. Top-down, but I'm missing what I want to see. There we go. Just want to see what details I can add here before I smooth it off. And it does get thinner towards the top here too. But I don't think I'm going to focus on that. Right. 1 second. Okay. I don't think I want to worry about detailing this too much. I might just add that small little ridge there. But yeah. Let's see what we can do. So right now I'm just focused on so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's just 2x4 tile. So I think I might just remove these pieces. We'll see. Dude. Nope. That was a lot. I won't remove them yet. I'll just move them off to the side. So I can do that. Make these gray. How are those being held in there? Okay, just like that. So let me think. Because we obviously don't need that anymore. But also at the same time, we have some gaps to fill. And I do believe I've already deleted the structure for what's holding up that triangular tile. No, it's being held on like that. It's okay. So this is going to be a little bit tricky to fill this in and make it look good. Let me bring up the chat again. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is rotating these headlight bricks, because I actually need to build upwards to add on that impulse engine. So changing colors to let's see if I can do a 3x1 slope. This is where things are going to start getting fragile. But hey, it's a MOC, not a Lego set. Oh. Okay, 2x1 slope. Click. Did we have a collision with that tile? Is that what's happening? I don't think we should. Let me just do the connect tool. Yeah, we're colliding with this tile now because we have a different width. So I think I need to remove this. Let's go back in. So copy this piece. Let's go ahead and get us 1x2 plate. Just building up shapes right now, nothing that's going to be final. Snot brick. And let's see if we can put this back in. Possibly. So let's keep playing with this idea. 1x1 plates. Okay, let's see how that looks now. Probably one more plate, but I think we should be good. Nope. It's not going to fit. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Oops. Okay. I think we're going to end up doing something like that. And now we're going to have here. And then actually, I think we're going to replace those headlight bricks with regular snot bricks, just so we're not dealing with that half plate lowering, if you know what I mean. Pop those in. Actually, wait, I'm coming back over here. Okay, we're going to do copy and mirror. Oops. I need to delete some things. There they are. There we go. All right, I think that was a good solution for that. We're just going to clean this up now. We're going to basically, what we're going to do is put a 2x4 plate here. Actually, now we're going to do 2 by. Okay, we're going to put the 2x2 plates down here. Come on. And we're going to do 2x2 corner plates. What's that? This new 2x1 slope? Yeah, this I think would be useful here. Okay. Can we put a 2x3 plate in there yet? Go. I wanted to go in. Okay, copy this. Place that. Modify. Perfect. Okay, so that lines up like that. So if we get 2 by 2, is our math going to work out right, or is it going to cause? Because I think that's only a 3-step difference. It's okay. We'll make it work. Yeah. Nope, that's what I was worried about. We're going to have a half plate difference. Shoot. I should. Is that right? Huh. It's okay, we're not going to panic yet. But this is the worst part I hate about designing Lego, is being off by half plate. Which is fine. I don't need this for structure. We can build up off of these studs for the impulse engines. But yeah, let's take a look at our reference photo and see what we need to do for that. Okay. So we're kind of just going to be building up to this point here and coming out this direction. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. I wonder if the smarter thing to do here, instead of building up from here, is to build up off of this existing part here. Like, delete the tile where this sticker is, and then build out at an angle. We're going to see which one of these is going to be... Let's think about this. So we have a 2 by 2 tile here. Take that off. This is just so weak as it is. Because what is this piece here? I want to say this is a pretty important... No, I don't think it is important. I think we're going to delete these out and just build the impulse engines out of the back there. Why not? Well, I'll just bring them out to the main model here. Just in case we need to put them back. But yeah, I think we're just going to build out the impulse engines from here. That is going to be more structurally sound. Let's go back to that reference picture quick. Yeah, there is. And that's the other thing, building this up, we have that little bit of yellow indentation, and then we have the stripe down the center. So, lots of things to think about. Because what we can do is go to the top, and we'll build out these engines here to the red rectangles. Get that good. See if we can get something centered with jumper plates to get this extrusion built. And then we can just build this up on a hinge and just let this lay. That might be the best approach for this. So Okay. So if I would put a snot brick like this. I always make this sound so easy. That's what we got to do. I don't know why I'm making it harder than it needs to be. I believe this stud, yeah. These studs are just floating now since I took that piece out, so I'll delete that. Make sure we save our progress. Hmm. I don't think these are supposed to be here. I think this is a mistake. The original person who made this model. Just delete those because they are colliding with the. Yeah, there was no way those were supposed to fit in there. Okay. Okay, so what can we do here? Are we gonna have to do some Lego math? Because I don't want to do Lego math. So I think the first thing we need to decide is how high we're going to go. And we can see that impulse engine basically goes as high as basically if we would extend the edge of the saucer before going down. So let's just put that. So we need to define what is that on our Lego model. And I think it's safe to say the edge of the saucer's here. However, we are going to have all this space up here that we need to fill in as well. So will it look better if we have it the top go here, or do we need to have it go even higher? One more brick taller. I think we need to go one more brick taller. So I think the easy solution for us to keep building how I think how we want to do it is we're going to put a 1x2 snot brick in. And that's going to fill that in. And then we can use plates to do what we must. There we go. Let's just get a 1x2 plate in there for right now. I'm just going to build half of it right now. And we're just going to trust symmetry. And I'm always curious about doing streams like this. Is anyone getting sick by how much I rotate the model? Because I like zooming in and rotating the model a lot, and I know that can be disorienting for some people to watch. So a thought I'm having right now is if I delete this group of tiles on the top, do I want to delete the tiles? Or should we approach this more like I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but let's go ahead and copy a mirror. Perfect. Because I think I'm going to run into the same problems I've been having. Because it's like, it's not it's not a 3 stud difference there. Or is it? No, it. Yeah, it's just going to pull it one side over the other. Let me grab some bricks and do a test. Make sure it's just not a weird. I basically have 2 plates in between. Yeah, so it is right. It's not going to work. But what if I put another plate in between? Does that bring us up to being 4 studs apart? Well, this is depressing. It was so simple in my head. I like how I said I was just going to focus on the warp nacelles today. And I'm just jumping all over the place. But it's like, if I see a problem, might as well try and solve it so I can start thinking about how to fix it. So yeah, there. Let me see if we can get it on camera. Yeah, there's a half plate gap between that instead of a full plate. I think I need to have. I think a total of 4 plates in between to make the math work out correctly. Let's see. Which might be how we solve this. So, if I put 4 plates in between my snot bricks, we can definitely get this connection going. However, no, I think that's our solution. So let's go ahead. Uh, I know this is a perfect example. People like, oh, if you didn't design in studio, you would be able to solve this more quickly. And it's like, yeah, but I don't always have all the parts that I need. So let's do a 1x1 plate. See if we have the room to do this. That's going to be the other problem. Let's get a snot brick. Okay, now we're having collision issues up here. Let's see, can we take this tile? Or is it going to be more than just that tile? So I think what we're going to end up doing, let me undo this so I don't lose all my places. Okay. I'm going to take these off. We're just going to rebuild the neck. Okay, so now that we have that there, we can put just put a 1x8 plate there, and that's how we are going to build out our impulse engines. I think I might pull these slopes back, just one. But yeah, that's pretty sure that's how I'm going to do it. So, and then however I rebuild the neck, we'll just reattach there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so straighten this up a little bit. Okay, let's see. Best way, 2x2 corner. Those slopes, I picked the old ones, not the. I picked the old mold by mistake, so let me go and just swap those out. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's look at that reference photo again. See. 2x1 invert 2. So I think I'm going to put that there to do that. Yeah, Come on. Why don't you want to attach? There we go. So looking at the reference, it's supposed to be as wide. Nope. Accidentally clicked to open the email. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna do this. I know I'm interfering with that again. It's just like I want to be another half laid out on each side. That's what I want. Is 2x4? Yeah, no, I'm being silly. A 2x4 plate is going to be. Is that going to be too big? Yeah, I think it just needs to be a 1x4, so we don't have to do this. Let's just do jumpers. Because what I can do, what if we do this kind of jumper? Let's do 1x3, because then we'll get all of our spacings. So hopefully those are light bluish gray. And then I'm going to take this tile from here, because that's a 1x3, and that's in the new color, and that'll match. Yes, perfect. There we go. Okay. Okay. Is it going to bother me that that plate is extruding? I don't think so. What I want to add here is a 1x2 inverted slope here. So that means I'm just going to be changing our dimensions for these. I'm going to make these 1x6. Probably just make a 1x6 brick. Okay, 2x1 inverted. Oops, I didn't get that straight. Okay. Okay. I think that's a good approximation for that. We can make some edits. We can make this longer if need be. If I decide to go back to this and it needs to be another plate longer, but we got the shape. Um, I'm liking this. Probably will go at least one more plate. Where we can just get a 2x8 brick as well, if we want to. Come on. We had it. Okay. I like that. Let's go ahead and just fill this in. I think I might just cheat here. We'll see. It's not as clean as I would want it to be. Probably don't even need these anymore. What I think I'm going to try is, you know those corner bricks that have like a cut on the side? So like this. I think they're 3x3, aren't they? She's like modified bricks. Yep, this is what I want. Please come in light bluish gray. Yes. Okay, go this side, delete that as well. Okay, I think I'm gonna take the easy way out here and not care about that piece that's rising, and we're just gonna fill in what's missing here, like that. We need to figure out how we're gonna close in this gap here, because this is just another piece I'm gonna have to delete, maybe. Because then, if that's the case, I can just do that. I don't even think it's necessary to have. Maybe we'll play around with it, but yeah. Okay, so we got the shape of the impulse engine. Let me go ahead and just clean up stuff we are not going to need any more of. So we have these we don't need. These. Get rid of these. Oh boy, look at all the stuff we have out here. Whole constellation of stuff. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Okay, let's finish building up this center here. Decide if we want to add any flourishes. Oh, is that going to haunt me if I don't build that out? Because look, it's coming up almost as far as. I don't like it. Like, who designed this? Literally, I know in 1994 when they were making this alternative model, they were just gluing whatever they had lying around in the model shop. And it's like, they never thought they were going to make my job difficult. But I'm going to live with that. I'm going to live with it. Just going to live with it. Okay. So something I actually want to go back. Let me bring this one back. So this is. Let me see if I can find the. See what I'm saying? Like when it is on screen, it just goes by so fast. So it's like trying to find a still is ridiculously hard. Because I don't think we ever get a good look at the impulse engines in the show. So I'm going to leave that up to me and just say that, hey, whoever was making the toys were doing whatever they wanted, so I'm going to do whatever I want. This is probably the best look we have at it. Okay, so the engines do come out, and it looks like there's just this part that's added to the neck down the center line, but not much. And it's like, I don't even think it's worth exploring. Let's see. Because if all I'm going to do is like, yeah, I guess I could just. I'll think about it. But it's basically just continuing this work here. Basically delete the pieces I just added and possibly. I don't know. I just realized I need to change my screen again. We're still looking at the show. Turn this off. Okay, let's just go back to our review. And let's finish out the support for the third nacelle. And then that might be it for today. And I think we're going to do the fins. Because even look here. Look at the fins here. You can see they added the fins. But clearly they just... I don't want to say it's Aztecing. I know they use that a lot for the refit Constitution to describe that. I guess it's sort of Aztecing. But it's just like, clearly I want to do it in dark gray. Because that's what I can see um, on camera here. So anyway, and guess what? We can't say it's wrong because it's my version. Okay, let's get 2x3 plate. 2x6 plate. And now we're just going to alternate 2x3 and 2x2. Actually, we might break it up even a little bit more. Maybe we'll do a 2x4 as well, just to give us some different lines in there. You know, make it look like we were being intent. We had intent. Which, who says I'm not? I think this is perfectly fine. It gives texture to the ship. Um, I might, I don't know. I think it's more important for that structure to be there because yeah, I can put snot plates in here. I can put brackets and we can add all kinds of things, but we're going to lose that support that we really need because this is not only going to help hold the ship together side to side, but it's also going to hold up this nacelle. So I'm going to go ahead and show everything that we've hid. And don't mind these collisions in the nacelles. I didn't build these. I've only built the additions onto it. But yeah, this is so freaking close to being done. The last thing, I might as well just keep going. It's what we're approaching a 2-hour stream. Let's just go ahead, keep going. Let's decide how are we gonna get these fins on. So basically, the best attachment points we're gonna have here is the anti studs on the back here, and if we look closely, actually not even there. I'm gonna take this piece out and this piece out. And that's how we're going to attach the fins using the stud that's just been exposed. So, okay, let's go back to the source images and see what's the best look we can get at these fins from the steels of this toy model. Yeah, really feel like this fin comes out way too far. And this might just be a version from like a Star Trek Online game, or maybe it was just that angle. So basically, because the thing the feeling I'm getting is like a kayak paddle, like cut in half, is kind of the shape I want to go for. And then when I go back to the show, so we have these basically gray ovals above and below it. So okay, let's just start trying things. So maybe I should have deleted those pieces, but maybe let's figure out what's the point that it's going to come out on. Nope. Sorry, video just started playing in the background. Don't want that. Don't want that. So we don't want to go wider. We don't want to extend past the widest part of the nacelles. And we kind of want to have this angle almost, I want to say it's like minus 45. So we kind of want to have it going like this. So let's go ahead. Let me go back and bring those pieces back because I actually think I want to use them. There we go. Okay, that's them pointing straight down. So let's try and hinge it at minus 45. Minus 45 is going to be 360 minus 45, which is 235. Okay. So does it need to be a stud higher? It kind of just needs to be right on that. Okay. So let's go ahead and put some round studs in there to try to fill. Do it without the hole. I don't know, I just feel like that's stronger for some reason. There we go. That's going to kind of give it something. Is it? Nope, I didn't attach it to where I wanted to. Use the connect tool since it's being tricky. Why doesn't it want to connect there? Is that not a valid connection point? Or is it because it's bent too far? So let me think about this. I probably don't want that. So let's get some wedge plates out here to kind of get that shaping that I'm seeing. It's kind of like that. That's almost like the perfect, if I have everything like this. Let's figure out how are we going to attach these. So the best way to do this might just be clips and a bar connections. This, brick, is it saying? I can't even see what brick it's talking about. Okay. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at all the different types of bar connections. So what if I just use the different clip? First, let's see if this is in gray. Yes. Okay. One clip. I have a feeling, because one of these clips, they're just like, nope, we don't exist in this color, even though it's been around forever. What if we use, do they have 3L bars in gray? I'll close that distance in. Okay, let's check and see where those fins start. Yeah, the fin basically goes the whole entire length. So I should probably extend it like I just did. So let's just find a good way to angle this. So let's do the 1x2 inverted. Um, this. Yeah. See if that fits in there without causing a problem. Technically, it should go out here. So should we add more to this? 2x8. 2x4. I believe there's going to be enough friction on those clips to keep that angle. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy what we did here. Put this in on the other side. All right, those fins look. That is so cool. I didn't think that I was going to be able to get the fins done so quickly. Okay. I'm really happy. I think this is close to being done for ordering parts. So the next part is the next step is to delete all the pieces from the original set, and whatever remains is what we're going to have to order. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to try before we go. I just thought of it. So here, what if we start putting jumpers here? Let's put this one in. I might not need that much. What if we start doing 2x1 slope? If you can do that. Do that out here. Plate. Just thinking of ways to start to give it a little bit of a spine. Do a bracket. one by one. So, okay. I kind of like that. Okay. So I think that's going to be everything for today. Thanks for joining me. Uh, but yeah, I'm happy with what we got done. We did the adjustments up here for whatever this module's called. I have no idea. Impulse engine installed, the spine, then the cell support. One last thing I do need to fix, and I think I'm just going to do this physically, is I do need to fill in the gaps underneath the cells. But I'm really happy with how these look, uh, the fins. But yeah, uh, just want to thank you guys all for joining. This is only just one of the big builds I'm going to bring the brick slopes, but I figure I'm just going to document everything we're doing while we get there. Easter eggs an hour ago, but I should think of some Easter eggs to add. But yeah, we'll see if I have time tomorrow to do some more streaming. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. As soon as I figure out how to end the stream. Oh, end stream button. I'll see you guys next time.